Now recording. You got a busy day planned?
Well, we got that Silat thing happening today.
That's right. Today's the 19th. Yes.
Yep.
Good.
2 o'clock. I'm looking forward to it.
That will be good. Stephen moves really well on the ground. So what I understand, that's kind of what he's going to be doing.
Yes. I am prepared for some leg work and groundwork. Yes.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I imagine it's going to be a fair amount of getting up and down. So, all right. Let me adjust this camera just a slight bit. All right. Can see everything all right?
Let me see if I can blow you up a little bit. For some reason, your picture is really small.
Is it really? Huh. Do you have me pinned on the screen?
I have you in the middle, but it's small. It's okay. No big deal. We can go. It's fine.
Okay, you sure? All right. All right. Let's go feet together, kind of gathering, centering. Deep diaphragmatic breathing. Relax the body, relax the mind. Listening to a speaker. If 60 to 90,000 automatic thoughts run through our head at any point in time, paraphrasing, and I said the only thing that really shuts that down for harnesses is mindfulness and present moment attention. When you're truly in present moment, then your mind starts shutting down all the automatic thoughts. Then you could just be. We want to be alert but restful. Sink into left foot, step out with right. Turn. Feet are all facing forward on this one. So I feel that turn from my hips to my spine, nice and easy. Start taking the forearms, hitting lower dantian, lumbar section in the back. Focusing on releasing tension. And get more blood flowing by pumping the legs a little bit through the middle of this. I sink down, rise up. Let the hands float. Bring them together. Stand and absorb for just a minute. Feel the nerve endings, signals. All right, let's start knocking on sternum, waking up, going up and down the midline. Run it over the chest. Over the liver. Stomach's clean. And then back up to heart. Left side chest. Run down the arm. Up the back. On the arm. Out the side. Come to the back, knock over the kidneys. Come down the glutes to the back of the legs. Up the front of the legs. Hip flexors. Anytime you feel an area that just really seems to enjoy that, the striking, the stimulation, stick with it. Right now in hip flexors, going back to glutes, back to legs. Bring it all together. Stand and absorb. Step out a little bit. Kind of widen. We're going to float the hands up and then come back to stretch the back out. Inhale. This is the exhale. Bend the knees, roll the spine up. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Walk the feet in, so they're under the shoulders. Float the hands up. Float the hands down. Connecting with energy centers. Lower dantian, root, sacral, solar plex, heart. Now all the way up. Crown of the head, push up. Roll the elbows back so you feel it along the back line of your shoulders and neck. Hold. Turn the hands over, exhale. Hold at the bottom for 2 seconds. Stop breathing. Then inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Come down. Once more. Now split heaven and earth. One hand coils up. One hand coils down on the inhale. Press the hip out. Get that stretch. Exhale. Inhale. Two more times. Bring down the middle. You can find a comfortable space for your feet. Put the hands up and down. Spinal cord breathing. So spread inhale. Exhale. Roll everything in. I like bringing my feet together pigeon-toed. It creates less tension in lower dantian, so relaxes. Bending my knees, dropping my spine, tucking my chin, rolling in my forearms for the exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Expansion. Contraction. Last one. Now, when you come down, look to the right side. And then the left side. Really focused on uniting body, mind, and breath. Last one. Bring hands to the front. Inhale. Then look over your shoulder to a spot about 10 feet directly behind you on the floor. Exhale. Inhale to center. Exhale, look over the other shoulder. You're stretching the neck. The head will go where the eyes go first. The look. One more time. Bring the hands up. Actually, bring the hands up along the sides, out, down. So I'm going to bend the knees a little bit, as I'm going to take my thumbs rolling up side. As I get to right here, I'm going to roll over. The hands come down and out, and it's like wings that come up. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. It's just like I'm flapping birds in a wing. Bring the hands in front. And now we're going to go, we went out to the sides. Now we're going to go push the hips back, hands float up. As the hands float down, and I'm pulling my little finger back and I'm pressing through my wrist, hips come forward. So with this flow, as I sink into my heels, I'm pressing off, I can begin to feel all the joints in my body as they extend and relax and move. Now step out just a little bit wider. As you come up in the front, whereas before the hands were out to the side, very loose. Now I want to bring them up, elbows tight, tiger claw down, bend. By inhale, I'm bringing, like we do with water, but I'm bringing energy up. As if I'm gathering energy through my body, getting rid of waste energy. Hands are in claws, tiger formation. In through the nose, out to the mouth, the curves. One more time. feet in, shoulder width, or thereabout. 14 spirals from the Men's Zen series. Not rushed, timing with mind and breath. Whatever feels good to you so that you feel that unified flow of mind, breath, and body. Go in the other way. Go a little bit wider and do two hands at once. I find the wider base is a little helpful. Now I'm switching the other way. Walk the feet up. Now very similar to it, we're going to roll back, but then bring the palms together, float them, come down. Spiral in the back, meet in the front. Down. Inhale. Exhale. Mind is in the lower dantian. Stand and absorb. In this next one, we're going to start looking. So right hand on the outside, left hand on the inside, cross body. As elbows are relaxed, shoulders are down. As I begin to look away and behind me, I press. Inhale. Exhale. I want to press that through my elbow, shoulder, wrist. Same thing here. I can feel it across my chest. Inhale. Exhale. Now inhale, bring it across the other side. Change hands. Look the other way. Exhale. Inhale. Bring them together. Exhale. Look the other way. Inhale. Press to the left. Look to the right. Drop the hands down. Float the hands up. Now, press from the shoulders, relaxing, pressing through the elbow joint, wanting to extend, pulling back, middle finger and ring finger, extending thumb and little finger. I should be able to feel a little torque, tightening. Now, put the fingers into a beak shape. Drop the elbows. Turn the hands over. So really get a good stretch. I want the beak should really kind of be your forearms almost, if you can get them parallel to the floor completely, great. If not, as close as you can. I can put, now I'm leaning my head to the left side, pushing out on my right wrist. Inhale back to center. Exhale, left ear to shoulder, press, or right ear to shoulder, press out with left. One more time. Relax. Float the hands up all the way. Float the hands down. Resonate with each energy center. One more time. Sink into your left leg. Cross the arms. As I step out, roll the hands over, and you're going to have claws. I'm stepping a bit wide, coming down. The elbows are flared out. Come across. As I get to just on the outside where my hands are in line with my shoulders, I'm going to drop. Inhale. Knees are somewhat bent. For my exhale, I'm going to push. I'm not going to change my body orientation. I'm just going to push right across my chest and using tiger formation. This kind of shuts down one lung, causes the other lung to work harder. Inhale. Exhale. Right hand presses the other side. Inhale. exhale. I like tiger claw with this. You can also do this with one finger. So I've got the middle finger ring and little finger bent, index finger forward. My mind is actually working on the putting it into the one finger up. It just becomes a focal point. Remember, everything's done slowly in time with your breath. Your intention, your breath. So each movement gets led with intention. Focus. Last time. Walk the feet up. Drop the hands. You're going to come look over. Right hand extends back, left hand in front. Mine goes to the palm of the right hand as it comes over. Watch it. Let it track right along your forearm. Feel the energy that's there. Now left finger points to the right elbow. I gather down. Great ball forward. Someone has shoulders down, pressing. Right hand extends. Left hand travels back along the chest. Look out behind. Focus on the palm and the energy from the palm, left hand. Trace it down the right. Right elbows point to left elbow. Right fingers point to left elbow. A few times without commentary, just focus and intent. Last time. And just bring the ball, energy ball in front of you. It's centered. Mine is in lower dantian and the palms of your hand. That way you can feel the energy. And then on your inhale, spread the hands to the limit of where you feel that energy. And the exhale, bring it back in. You can change the relationship of the hands, top and bottom, off to the sides. The idea is never lose sight of that focus, but I want to imagine this ball of energy, fire, however you see it. All right. And in meditation, bear holds ball in front. So even when you stand, knees are not locked, tailbone is dropped, shoulders dropped, chin tucked, spine lengthened. Deep inhale. Extend the fingers outward, waist level. Inhale. Point the fingers back towards you. Imagine energy going up from your tailbone, up your spine, across the top of your head. This is all in the inhale. Exhale. Extend the fingers. Imagine that energy coming down your center line, up your spine, across your head to crown chakra, down your face. Exhale. Small circulation or or micro circulation, micro orbit. I've come across a few names for this. Let the hands just float down. We'll work now. That was lungs. We'll go to kidneys. The two that I like most for kidneys are going to come lower hand, one hand on right hand, lower dantian. Left hand's going to scoop energy up. Going to roll down the arm, lower dantian to store. I feel that ball of energy here. Nothing is rushed. Everything is with intention, harmony, mindfulness. Now take it to waist level. Feel that spiral. Relax all the tendons. Try to relax to create space in the joints. One more time. Then come off the center line. Two finger sword. Connect to lower dantian. Stand and absorb. With the mind, lower dantian. Feel that energy ball. Imagine it as you wish. Ball of fire, electricity, energy. You can visualize it with colors, some like golden, some like white. Left hand replaces right hand. Right hand comes out, scoops low to the floor. Inhale. Press, exhale. Now take it waist high. Send it right up the middle. The finger, sword, connect with lower dantian. Because we're working water, you can also, as you visualize kidneys, you can also connect that kidney energy to lower dantian and your two finger sword. Deep breath, hands together. All right, we'll go into our second flow. So bring the toes in, a little bit pigeon-toed. As I drop my tailbone, pulling the kidney, bladder meridians, pulling kidney up, the legs, get to the shoulders. Exhale through the mouth. Pull fresh, clean energy up. Get rid of stale energy. Last time. Stand with bare holds ball and back. The feet directly under you. Drop the shoulders. And break from there. Step out just a little bit. Walk them out. Now move the liver. This is a flow that at first I did not like, and now it's become one of my favorites. So I'm just going to resonate with the energy coming up through liver meridians and gallbladder, resonating through palms, forearm, crown chakra. Gallbladder goes back and forth across the head as well. Other side. Do it at the speed where you feel connection. Whenever you find yourself wanting to rush through or hurry through a move, you're no longer in present moment. You let it go. Feel the resonation of energy in your body, in your mind. You roll over, make sure your shoulders are rolled back and down in alignment. You'll find you'll feel it more along your traps and shoulders. The key is energy. One more time. Walk the feet in a little bit. Bring the hands out to the side. Bring them in front. All this is the inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. If you can roll your forearms so that the elbows come together, great. If you can't, just get them close. Clasp the chest a little bit. Expand. Last time. Bring the hands down. Palms facing you. You can have your mind run through liver, picks up gallbladder, runs down along back. But just stand and absorb. Now, float the hands up, standing meditation. Bring the hands down. So we've done lungs, kidney, liver. Move to heart. Cloudy hands. Drop it down, lower down chin for a couple of passes. And load up back to heart. Third eye. Keep it at third eye for another 2 passes. Drop down to heart. Last pass. Bring the hands up. Diamond shape. Stand and absorb. Drop the hands. Called Lady Works the shuttle. Come up as if you're high blocked and push away. Right hand turns palm up, fingers point towards the elbow. Left hand spirals upward and then comes across, while the right hand comes up. You're patterning with your breath, patterning, then make sure all this is inhale. Then we go to the exhale. One more time. Let the hands come down, come up center line, palms rotating forward, holding a ball. So I should have a good stretch and torque in the forearms. I should also, hands bent back, hands are turning, forearms are turning. Inhale, relax. One hand, lower dantian. Now we go to earth. Inhale. Exhale, some pushing, clearing energy out, gathering fresh energy in. Then come back through stomach, spleen, center it into lower dantian. Right hand moves out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now both. Inhale. Exhale. Push the hips back. Gather forward. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, standing earth posture, toes ahead, knees bent, shoulders dropped, elbows by the side, forearms parallel to the floor, fingers splayed, angled downward at an angle, stand and absorb. Drop the hands, bend the knees, come up, their hands coming down. Turn to your left, gather, straighten the hole, come down. Turn to your right, I'm drawing energy from the four corners, to the left, to the right, middle last time, Excellent. Very good. Now, feet together, hands lower down 10, bamboo sways in the wind. No monitoring the body for tension, just absorb and feel. Releasing any tension in the mind or body. Still deep diaphragmatic breathing. Your breathing will also help to let you know if you have tension in mind or body. It will be shallower or staccato at times. You want nice even flow. And we bow out. Very good. Awesome, my friend.
Oh, that's so good.
That is good.
Um, since I've been getting into this breath work, I'm starting to a little bit more consistent during these sessions, incorporating that breath,
Right?
a little bit more intentionally. And that really it's kind of like a force multiplier almost, right? It makes this whole thing even that much better.
It does.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, DJ. What was that?
Oh, no, I was just saying that the soles of my feet are sweating, I think. They are really. And my hands are tingling like crazy. It's nice.
I love this stuff. Like I said, it's this flow I really only intended to do for maybe 3 or 4 months and move to something else, but it deepens every time we do it. And I've added in extra things, as we go through, but yeah, the more that you hear the breath, mindfulness, body movement, it's just far more powerful.
It is. And I'm discovering there's a lot more to learn about the simple breathing thing. And I'm sure because you've been doing it for a long time, I'm sure this is not all new to you, but paying attention to those pauses in between the inhale and the exhale, those I'm starting to kind of get that concept a little bit too.
Good.
Yeah, because that's basically what that box breathing is about, right?
Yeah.
So, you count, you hold, and you did that during this session a couple of times, right?
Yeah.
Hold at the top and then release.
Hold
right.
Come down, hold at the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, and that seems to be really working really well too. So yeah, I'm just super stoked about all of this. I mean, there's a lot more to learn, but your today's session with coordinating all these movements with intentional breathing really was a pretty big difference.
Excellent.
Because first, how I look at it, Sensei, is that I'm like, if Sensei White is doing it, there's got to be something to it, right? So that's kind of how I get started.
Right.
But at the beginning, I'm just mimicking movements.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. Then you learn about the breath work and the intention and being present and mindful in the moment. Then all of that put together becomes something. So yeah, I'm real happy.
Well, I can see, in talking with you, I mean, I hear the progress, the things that you say, but yeah, as this builds, and that's the way we all get started. When I first got started with this, I knew of it, but to find teachers was difficult. And, then there's people that, that I trust, okay, they would not go off any squirrely paths too much. And so I kind of followed them a little bit. And then the more research that I did, I could feel the difference. And then the more research I did, and I would find other teachers and other programs and things like that. And sometimes I'd pull back and I go, no, that gets a little squirrely for me right now. And I just let it go. I don't bash what I don't understand or accept. I just set it away and to really focus. But what I found was just the more that it deepened over time, the more mindful I became with my breath and movement and body and tying all in and really letting that breath match my intention. It increases exponentially the practice, but also the benefits throughout the day as well. And that I feel. So yes.
Yeah, that deep breathing, combined with the movements, really does well in releasing muscle tension. I particularly feel it in my back.
Mm-hmm.
Those muscles for me, for whatever reason, whether it's my mattress, bed, or how I sleep or whatever, in the morning, those muscles are real tight.
Right.
And this easy movements, paired up with the deep breathing, it releases all that tension back there for me.
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And those are things, the more relaxed that you get, the more that you can feel when muscles in your body are tense, or even, for me, I can feel tension more in a body, or whether or not I'm fully relaxed and my muscles are relaxed or not. I will feel tension much more subtly than I did before. So it's just now when I feel like, okay, it's just kind of relaxed there, which also means that I can begin to feel like one of my trigger points is my right scapula, and if I start, having the daily stresses or work stresses and stuff, that right scapula will just tighten up like a knot. And so then I noticed that I could feel that as an earlier onset and be able to be consciously aware of it and relax it. And so that it wouldn't tighten up for, there's been periods of my life it tightened up so much it was difficult to turn at times, during high stress. And, I think I'm dealing with it, but my body tells me sometimes differently. And, and so then you just learn to breathe into it and feel it. And that's where, this became therapeutic for me in a number of ways. But one of the ways that I could just feel when there was more tension, and I could say, okay, I need to work right there in that scapula. And I've learned how I can manipulate that and go, okay, I can release that. And then I don't get that tension that comes back. And then you work on the tension. What causes that is typically, sometimes it's just how you sleep, especially first thing in the morning. And sometimes it's all the little micro tensions we feel in the day we push down instead of just, because we don't want to, part of us, we don't want to give vent to it because we don't want to give voice to them. We just push through them. Other times it's just learning to allow them to be, but not acting on them. And I can acknowledge that thought, that presence, that stress, and kind of go, all right, my body's responding, my mind's responding to something subconscious, but I'm just going to let it go. I acknowledge it. This is how I feel. And so it lessens that repressed state so it doesn't come back on us again, because nothing ever really goes away unless we acknowledge, feel it, and release it. So
yeah, that's nice. One of the things that the more I dig into this whole thing, breathing, meditation, and all of that, one of the things that comes up repeatedly for me, which I like because it kind of sets me straight, is that this is not a competition. You don't need to necessarily be intense about it.
right.
If your body tells you something, from everything that I'm reading, is that listen to it and don't push it. This is about relaxation and not about being intense.
Right.
And so even when I first started, Jeff, it's just who I am, right? It's my DNA. I have to do everything to its nth degree, right?
Right.
and I'm straining and I'm breathing really deep, and then used to make me cough, that how hard I used to breathe. And then, I dialed it back quite a bit, and because it's one of those things that you build on, right? You don't start from, and which that book that you gave me with Jimmy Lockett stressed that, because it has, first 2 weeks, this is what you do. The second 2 weeks, this is what you do.
Uh-huh.
Of course, being who I am, I went to week 6 on day 1.
But of course, that's what we do, right?
And so I had to dial it back a little bit, which is helpful, real helpful. Because, I really enjoy, even, I don't even have to go through a breathing exercise. Just being aware of your breath is sometimes enough.
True. Yeah.
For me. So I'm really, really enjoying it. I was going to tell you the one thing that I do struggle with a little bit still, much, much better than it has been in the past. But, my mind just runs away with itself. Even today, there was a couple of times during the session that instead of paying attention to what I'm doing, I'm thinking about what I got to get done once the session is over.
Right.
And that coordinating that breathing with the movement, that helped a little bit to kind of help stay in the moment.
Yeah.
So good stuff, buddy. As always, I really appreciate your time. This has been very beneficial to me, and I appreciate it.
And that, the mental chatter, that monkey mind, everybody deals with it. And, the more that you consistent in practice, the more that you recognize it, the less it will happen. But there are still times, when if I've got a busy day, whether I'm standing for a meditation or doing the Qigong, there are some times when my mind doesn't want to shut down. It starts thinking about the things that need to get done. But that's where, yes, using your breath, becoming mindful, focusing your attention just on your breath and the movement, that the more you are present moment mindfulness, the more energy that you are harnessing and focusing, but taking away from the automatic process of your brain, which is doing what it's supposed to do. But we want to be able, but as we have evolved, we want to be able to now harness all of that and make it under our jurisdiction rather than just letting it run off. And so, yeah, it's, when you get that mental chatter, you just recenter, and just one of the keys is don't get upset with yourself with it.
That is a very, very, very important point.
Yeah.
Don't punish yourself.
Right.
Just because you were thinking about something.
Right.
That's super important, because I get upset, and that's counterproductive. I mean, you're trying to lower your blood pressure, not increase it. But that's a very, very important point. And you said something just a second ago too that I about, but you don't focus on, is that you don't always have to act on what's going on up here.
Right.
There's plenty of times where I think, and then I say, and then I'm like, well, that was stupid. You shouldn't have said that. I go through that with my family all the time. I get mad because something is going on and I just blurt it out, and that's never good for your interpersonal relationships, So that's good. Not, you don't have to act on it. It's okay to feel angry about something, but you don't necessarily have to yell about it outward,
Yeah. You can sit and be with it. You can watch the thought. And once we get, and that's where looking at the mindfulness meditation and things like that, it kind of trains you to just watch your thoughts, to create that pause between stimulus and response. But you begin to watch it, and it becomes very therapeutic and very helpful, because you begin to see what triggered that. Because we seldom go from, 0 to angry just like that. Most of us don't. But unless there's been some trigger, some reason for it. But then you begin to sense where those triggers are, and you begin, you actually begin to lessen the triggering effect of them until it no longer exists. But yeah, just being able to watch your thoughts and not act on them is gold. Gold.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah,
choose.
Yeah, that's a very neat concept. I think it, probably makes you a more, not only a gentle person, but an intelligent person, right? Because now you're acting on the thoughts that matter and not the ones that are automatically elicit a response.
Right.
So you're not this robotic person that somebody says something, you're triggered,
Right.
And so yeah, that's a great concept.
Excellent. Very good. Well, enjoy today.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm gonna get there, set up the dojo, and get there early and set up the dojo, and I think all of our guys are going to be there. I don't know who else is going to be there, but yeah, we'll have at least all four of us there.
Okay. All right. Good. Yeah, I don't know who else going to be there, but we'll run more advertising and see.
Yeah.
But it'll be good. Stephen moves well on the ground. Kind of sorry I'm not there, but I'm going to talk to Jamie, see if he can record it or something. But
yeah,
or at least obviously, yeah, good parts of it, and then send me. So.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I got to plug this thing in. It's dying on me.
All right. Stop recording.